Hey, what up, y'all? It's Cory, the real estate guy, and I want to talk about one of the major topics in home ownership, which is property taxes. We live in America, everything is taxed. If you own a home, property taxes is something that you have to pay however you may pay it throughout a year, once a year, twice a year, and we'll get into that in just a few moments, okay? But I want to discuss what property taxes are and what they're used for, okay? Property taxes is an assessed value based on whatever county or city that you stay in, right? There's a rate in which your local appointed officials, who you vote for locally, they create or they set a rate, right? And if you look at your documentation from whatever your tax assessor's office is, they mail it to you, and you can go to your tax assessor's office. You can put in your name or your tax ID number, or you can put in your address, and it should populate, if you are the owner, populate that information. And you'll see several different rates, right? And that gives you a number that you can multiply times an assessed value with exemptions from each one of those different type of tax rates that are given to you. You know, when I say tax rates, I mean utility, school districts, about 6, 7, maybe 8 of them that you'll see once you see your documentation. We'll talk about where you can find that information. But to start it off, property taxes or ad valorem taxes, which means the taxes off the assessed value of your property, all right? And the formula is the value times the rate. So whatever the rate is times whatever the assessed value of your house is, granted specific exemptions, dictates how much you're going to pay in taxes, okay? Now, let's dive a little deeper. Money calculated off the assessed value, we've talked about that. It's also based off location, size, amenities in the neighborhood, age, all those different things of your specific property, all right? And that's very important to know for another video that I'm going to shoot talking about how you can protest those things and what you need to do and how somebody like me, a real estate agent, can help you. These are paid to your local government, county, city, or both, okay? And they're used for different things. School districts, which is probably, if not the highest rate that you'll have to pay in your overall tax rate, all right? School district is major. So that may give you some type of, those people that haven't bought, you may want to have a look at that because 9 times out of 10, most of the time taxes are going up depending on if there's a situation like Harvey. Of course, values of home went down, taxes went down. But since the market is back up, taxes have gone up. This year, my taxes have gone up. So that may be a motivating factor for when you're out here purchasing your home. Taxes is a big thing because it's something that you have to pay each and every year, and we all have to do it, all right? It's used for local government services, school districts, policemen, firemen, roads, etc., libraries, parks, things of that nature that go in. Just kind of like an HOA, right? You have an HOA fee if you have a house or if you live in a condo or townhouse. Same scenario, you pay for those different amenities that are there, all right? Pay once a year, twice a year, or 9 times out of 10, if you are with a lender and you pay a loan or mortgage every month, principal, interest, those don't change, taxes, and insurance, all right? Those 4 things. Taxes is one of them. So if you are escrowed, your taxes are paid with your principal and interest and your insurance, which is your hazard insurance. They're paid monthly, okay? And they're stored away for this time when taxes are due. So the lender pays on your behalf. All right. So when you see those numbers or you see those documentations, those statements coming from your lender, read them because they're showing you, hey, your taxes may have went up. They will show you if there's a shortage of what they took out last year, which means you have to pay whatever the extra amount is, or they'll show you if it's an overage and they'll let you know those different things. So those statements are very important if you have a lender. Okay. There can be shortages and overages. Assessed using market value info based off January update. Okay, January 1. So the market value is based off comparables. So the same thing that I do when somebody's looking for a home or somebody's trying to sell a home and they want to know what their property is worth in that market. Same scenario, not as detailed. Okay, an agent like me will go into our system and we will figure out which houses are extremely similar to the one that you're trying to buy or the one that you're trying to sell, so we can gauge a value, right? So we're looking at size, square footage, rooms, restrooms, all those good things. We're also looking at detail. What type of floors are put in? What kind of roof is in there? What kind of upgrades? Is it an investment property? All those different things go into our market value. This is what you would think happens with this type of entity since they're taxing you on it, but it's not the case. These appraisers do not come into your house ever. You never see them. So it's kind of like a drive-by appraisal, but they have their mathematical terms based on the market value of sales in the neighborhood off a percentage of them. And they value everybody's house based off on that, okay? So this is why it's important that you know, first off, to file your exemptions. The major one that most people get is your homestead exemption. File it. It's $25,000 off of the appraised value of your house or the market value of your house. So now they can only tax whatever the assessed value is, including those exemptions. So decrease the amount that they can tax, file your homestead exemption. Should have done that January 1st. Shame on if you didn't. Also, any other exemptions, there's several of them. When you get your documentation in the mail, read them. Over 65, disabled, all kind of different things. If you have eligibility for these exemptions, use them. They're to your benefit, okay? Also, exemptions are important, as you can see right here. These are some websites. So I live in Harris County. So there's the Harris County Tax Assessor's Office. If you put your information on there, go to property taxes and then go to search and payments, put in your name or your address or your tax ID, pulls up all your information based on your taxes from the previous year, which your lender bases your taxes on for the current year. And that's how much they decide to take out on your taxes. All right. HCAD. Anybody can go to HCAD. All right. This is the appraised value. So if you're working with somebody, first off, if you're a seller, you work with somebody and they give you the appraised value off HCAD or whatever county, Fort Bend County, Waller County, Chambers County, Montgomery County. If they're basing your house off what they appraised for, shame on them, and it's a lie. You need to do the work. Your agent's supposed to do the work for you. Don't go off that. But the reason I give you that website, HCAD, or Harris County, or whatever county you're in, you can go there, plug in your information, and get the same tax rate information from the previous year, owner information, all that. It's public information, all right? And lastly, when you get your documentation, look for the notice of appraised value for property tax purposes. This should have been sent to you. This year, if you want to protest, which I suggest everybody do every year, protest your taxes, then you protest them using that information. This year we have up to May 15th if you want to protest that information. So it's a lot. There's a lot probably didn't cover, but if you want some help, it's Cory, the real estate guy. I'm here to help you. Knowledge is power. We're talking about property taxes. Cory, the real estate guy, y'all.